Last week, I believe that audiences in the UK have seen these pink placards appear in different schools. Why? Because the teachers want to fight for their rights. UCU highlights that in 2021, FE teachers were paid 23% less than those working elsewhere in the education sector. Salaries have fallen in real terms by more than 40% since 2009-10. In order to help us better understand the voices of working teachers, therefore, I went to the city of Liverpool College today to visit a teacher today who is on strike.
So it is overpay and workload. The union stance is that they're trying to get parity with schools. So we don't get paid as much as school teachers do, and we don't have the same sort of workload that teachers do as well, so that we're trying to get it more equal. Also, colleges across the country are all paid differently, so we're trying to get it so that we have like a universal sort of pay scale and workload for all colleges right across the country. So currently there's 17 colleges across the country that are out on strike. There was going to be 25, but some colleges have made reasonable offers and they've accepted them, so they've gone through. The offer wasn't concrete enough, so when we had negotiations and the offer wasn't concrete enough, so the staff as a whole decided that they wanted to go on strike to see if we could get the best offer possible. So I'd say it's probably more about workload now. So pay is important, but yeah, I would say it's probably more about workload because it is hard to do the teaching side of the job with all of the work that needs to be done alongside that as well. So I think that's staff are struggling with the workload. I think the government have got a lot of work to do, so I think that is probably one of the major issues about not persuasion. Respect is probably a good word. So I think funding is an issue within colleges and how colleges are paid, and then also treated, because they're not all treated the same. So yeah, I would say government is a big issue. So the hours should be 35 hours a week. I would say most staff are doing probably around 50 hours, maybe, or more as well. So a lot of staff take marking home to do, so they'll work on Sundays and things like that to do marking. A lot work through their lunches. They'll come in early. They'll stay late as well. So there is a lot of work going on, sort of just for planning as well, for good lessons. So a typical work week would be, so we have probably 2/3 of our week is being in the classroom and 1/3 is doing our duties for, for supporting that. So it could be marking work. So if you've got, you might have 50 students, and if you've got to mark their work in 2 weeks, each piece of work could take half an hour to an hour to work. So that's 50 hours of over 2 weeks that you've got to do marking in. So that takes a lot of time. Planning really good, exciting lessons is hard work, to get the resources together and everything that you need for a good lesson. But then it's also, we need to contact students who are off. We need to help students with accessing stuff like mental health support and things like that. So we cover a lot of things within our job role, really. We're the first point of contact for most students, so they use us for getting the help that they need sort of in life, I suppose, at this age as well. So I suppose it's the same as everyone else. Everything's gone up, but wages are not matching the cost going up. So we're getting, less increase compared to what the cost of living is. So it affects you in every way, really. Yes. So there are some areas that are really hard to recruit, and the college are, doing their best to sort that out. But yeah, there is a high turnover, but maybe not a high turnover, but there is a turnover of staff, definitely, because it is a hard job. It is a very hard job to do. No, we don't get paid. We will get a little bit of support from the union, but not. It doesn't cover what we lose for not being in work. So for parents, it's like everything that we're doing today is about getting the best quality in the staff room. So not in the staff room, into the classroom, so that the students are getting the best possible experience when they're in college, because that's what our primary concern is, that students are getting a really great experience when they're in college. And I think that's what everyone wants. But yeah, it's like we need this support so that we can do a better job in the classroom. Today's the last day, so we will have more negotiations, and then we'll have a vote on if we want to do any further strike. Potentially there could be up to, like, well, I suppose as many if you look at other places. So, like, have you seen the bin strike in and they've been off for a year now, so it's like, so people do go really far with it. But I don't think college staff would do that, but it's like you can strike for as long as you want to. But I think at the moment, today is our last current official day of strike.
The UK national minimum wage currently stands at £12.71 per hour. According to Department for Education data, the starting salary for unqualified FE teachers is between £22,000 to £27,000. For those with qualified teacher status, the starting salary ranges from £27,000 to £35,000. Assuming a 10-month teaching contract, the take-home hourly rate after tax is approximately £12.50 to £20. However, this pay does not account for the significant time and effort required for lesson planning and marking. By comparison, the starting salary for a qualified primary or secondary school teacher has already reached over £31,000. While the educational levels and specific challenges differ, the gap between their starting salaries is stark. UCU estimates that an additional 60,000 students will be enrolling in colleges over the next 3 years. This impending wave of retirements, coupled with the influx of new students, will create a significant void in teaching expertise. It is clear that if the situation remains unchanged, the workload and pressure on the remaining staff will only intensify. Therefore, I hope that teachers can be provided with a better working environment and fairer wages to attract and retain the next generation of educators. Finally, remember to comment, like, and subscribe. Also, please share this video with your fellow teachers or anyone thinking about joining the profession. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.